Hey guys, and welcome to another story time. And let me tell you, I've got a good story to tell you today. It's all about the time I went to prison. What did I go to prison for? Well, let me tell you. For parking tickets. Stupid parking tickets. This one person show is basically just a 50-minute fast-paced monologue. However, will have you hooked and captivated all the way to the start, right to the very end, and you will not want to miss the emotional ending. Though the stage and the lighting was very basic, Libby does a fantastic job of portraying various different characters, making the story not confusing for the audience, and makes the story interesting with all her emotions and how personal the story really is to her. The emotions Libby portrays in this piece was quite odd because you're used to her being all fun and very comedic in her shows. However, this show left me almost in tears because it showed her raw side and how much she reflected on this story and how much of a learning experience it was for her. Moving on with the story was brilliant, filled with many ups and downs, a personal message that she took on that we could also take on as audience members. And it also stripped back her humour and what she's known for a more personal story, which I really liked. My biggest issue with this show, however, was that I felt like it couldn't decide if it wanted to be a comedy show or a serious show. If it was taking the route of a comedy show, I feel like some of the jokes weren't landing and there was hardly any jokes in there for it to be really called a comedy show. However, if it took the route of a serious show, I felt like why add the comedy aspect to the show and why have these jokes that don't land in it. And also, I felt like the show would be more interesting and more personal if it was more serious show. So that was my biggest issue which I had with it. So in the end, going into this show, I expected quite a funny comedy show because that's what I expected from her and that's what she's known for when she does theatre shows. However, when I sat down and this show started, I was quite interested and more engaged in this one, which I didn't know I wanted. So in the end, I would actually give this show a 4 out of 5 stars. And for people that like Libby, for people who like River City, and people that want to see a different side of her, and people that want to see a different side of what people are like when they're off camera, then this is a must watch, and I would highly recommend seeing this show at the Fringe if it's still on. So, goodbye. Great.